you want to know why we need this in the bill, look no further than Olympia Snow's home state of Maine, where there's Anthem, an arm of the insurance giant WellPoint, which is suing the state. Listen up, folks. They're suing the state to hike premiums more than 18% in order to maintain their 3% profit margin. Yeah, I get it. The company is claiming hardship due to the recession. Filmmaker Robert Greenwald took on the WellPoint case in his series Sick for Profit. Take a look.
The rate increase would be an average of 18% for their health choice.
Anthem requested that the state guarantee that they make 3% profit off of just 12,000 people. The state said no, and Anthem decided to sue the state over that decision.
Anthem is wholly owned by WellPoint. I don't know how much Anthem is shelling out, but, you know, lots of money is being spent in legal fees, which is obviously money that is not going to provide benefits to policyholders.
Part of their lawsuit is crying hardship, that in a recession they need more money too. That's clearly not true. They exceed every possible measure of financial health for a company, and so really the only justification for this lawsuit is just pure greed.
They have the audacity to go after the taxpayers of Maine, who are all struggling, so that they can make a guaranteed 3% profit. Just seems absurd.
All right, connecting all this stuff, folks. Joining me now is Wendell Potter, a senior fellow on health care for the Center for Media and Democracy. He's a former vice president at insurance giant Cigna. Well, Mr. Potter, good to have you back with us tonight. Gosh, 3% profit. That's all they're doing over there at WellPoint, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of pitiful, isn't it? Just 3%. Last year, WellPoint made $2.5 billion, so that's they're not hurting too bad.
Okay, here's where they're spending their money. They're lining the pockets of politicians, and they're suing the state so they can raise the rates. This is standard operating procedure. They're just bullying their way to a higher rate increase. Is that right?
That's exactly what's going on.
Okay, WellPoint stats. Their profit, $2.5 billion. Their CEO's salary, $9.8 million. And their lobbying effort in 2009 has totaled so far just over $9 million. Now they're saying that they are going to cut back the health care benefits of their own employees. Is this window dressing, or is it really that tough over there, Mr. Potter?
You know, they must be having hard times. Early this summer, Anthem, the same parent company of WellPoint, but Anthem in Virginia actually arrested one of its customers when one of its customers came to question why its rates were being raised 14.1%. when they only paid out 65% of their claims in medical claims or of premiums. So I guess things are really kind of tough there.
So this reeks for and screams for regulation. And there's a talk now in the Congress about antitrust exemption. How much would they fight that? I mean, would they go to the firewall? What would they do to fight the antitrust issue?
Well, they'll do whatever they can to fight any kind of additional regulation or laws that would hinder their profitability. Most of these plans, by the way, are protected not only by the antitrust laws or not subject to them, but also through a law called ERISA. They've got enormous protections that other companies would love to have.
Mr. Potter, why are you the only highly visible whistleblower? Why aren't there other executives that have got a conscience? Why haven't more people come out, or have they just decided not to be as visible as you? Because it would seem to me that now that they're taking this point, going to the point where they're going to take away benefits from their employees because they say they can't make it, it would seem to me this would open the door for more folks to, quote, leave the ship. What do you think?
You know, it's too scary. It's the industry really, I think, the tactics that it's used over the past several years to get what it wants, to conduct PR campaigns that are based on lies and disinformation. It's frightening to take on this industry.
See, this is a story, Mr. Potter, that I just can't understand why the White House can't step out and go after something like this. These numbers, this issue in that state of Maine where they are suing so they can gouge consumers, and the White House is silent about it. Doesn't that bother you? Aren't you mystified by that?
I'm very mystified, and I'm really concerned. I know that the White House has invited an executive of one of the big health care companies into the White House 6 times, at least 6 times, and I don't know. I don't really know what's going on and why they're doing it. It does mystify me.
Have you ever been invited over to the White House to tell them what the inside baseball deal is?
No, I have not. Congress has, but the White House has not.
Okay, so you're the most visible, the most vocal, and a man with experience, and the White House has not said, Mr. Potter, why don't you come on over and sit down and let's have a conversation about what's really going on in the insurance industry. The only way the White House sees you is on cable, because that's where we're all seeing you. You're on this show quite a bit and other shows, but this is the only place the White House is seeing you.
I think that's right. The president did quote from my testimony when he addressed the joint session of Congress, but I haven't met in person with any of the staff members.
And would you like to meet with Rahm Emanuel? Would you like to meet with David Axelrod? Would you like to meet with the vice president if he's going to get into this? Of course, we can't get to Obama. What do you think?
You know, I think they need to have a perspective from someone who has worked inside the industry for 20 years, other than someone who still is collecting stock options. Okay, so yesterday on this program, I just can't get the lead spokesperson on health care to say something about their own party not getting tough enough. We document now tonight that you've never been asked, and you're the most vocal insider there is out there that's been, quote, in the belly of the beast. And I have to tell our audience tonight, what the heck? I'm losing my confidence. My tackle box is a little thin right now, and I want to catch some fish. You know what I mean, folks? I don't think lefties are believing this White House anymore. I think we are at a critical time. We've got enough information, President Obama. You need to engage, my man. You need to tell Max Baucus he's wrong. You need to tell Grassley we're going to pull the plug on you. We don't need any CBO numbers. You're not correct on anything with a CBO anyway. Let's get it on. Mr. Potter, great to have you with us tonight, and we are personally, on this show, The Ed Show, going to communicate with the White House and suggest that they sit down and have a coffee with you, okay? I appreciate it. I'll report back to you.
All right, thank you.